Hi everyone. The topic for the day is reading comprehension. Let's try to understand this part of our English course syllabus. In the syllabus of class 11 English, there are three unseen passages. As you have seen in the previous video also, the question paper is divided into two parts. Part A objective and part B which is subjective. The part A has two unseen passages and the part B has one unseen passage. In the part A, there will be multiple choice questions based on the two unseen passages, while in the part B, the students are expected to make notes and summary based on the given passage. Let's deal with the part A first. Here are quick tips on how to attempt MCQs, which are multiple choice questions based on the unseen passages. Students, read the unseen passage carefully. After your first reading, go through the questions. Remember the keywords from the questions. You can underline the keywords with pencil in the question paper also. Now scan the passage again, keeping the questions in mind as your objective is to find the answers this time. The keywords will help you in locating the answers to the questions in the passage. Read the part where the answer is located carefully with understanding so you can identify the correct answer option. With these tips, you can tackle such questions easily. Now let's move to part B of question paper where you will have to attempt questions related to note making and summarizing. Students, with these tips, you can make notes based on the given unseen passage. First of all, read the passage thoroughly. When you read the passage, you get an idea of what the passage is all about. This understanding will help you in giving a suitable title to your passage. Now skim the passage again and identify the important points worthy of being written down in notes. You are advised to use pencil and mark the parts with it in the question paper. These important informations from the passage will be translated into points and subpoints while making notes. The points and subpoints should be short sentences and phrases. Do not use long sentences and avoid copying from the passage. You can drop articles and conjunctions like a, an, the, but, however, etc. while shortening your sentences. While making notes, use at least 4 abbreviations. Always follow the right format for note making as it carries additional weightage. Now let's understand the proper format for note making. Students, this is how your notes should look. First, give a suitable title to your notes. Use proper numbering system for your notes, like here in this example, the numbers are 1 and if there are subpoints 1.1, 1.2 and so on. Use at least 4 main points along with subpoints as required. Subpoints will depend on your main point. If the main point requires subpoints, there will be, and if it doesn't require, there won't be any subpoints. So you have to take that decision. Use at least 4 abbreviations. As you have to use at least 4 points in the same manner, you have to use at least 4 abbreviations. Otherwise, you will not get your marks for it. And give a key to abbreviations at the end as shown here. You can have the key to abbreviations in a box also. Now let's know a little about the abbreviations. Use at least 4 abbreviations as told earlier. You can use commonly recognized symbols like EG for example. Don't abbreviate words that are already short and abbreviate words that come again and again in the passage. If there is one word in the passage and you abbreviate it, it doesn't repeat itself, the abbreviation will not be of much use. So try to abbreviate only those words which are being used again and again while making notes. Be consistent so that same symbol or abbreviation always means the same thing. Do not change the abbreviation to a particular word. Do not use too many abbreviations. Over abbreviation can have a negative impact. Apart from commonly recognized symbols, make your own abbreviations. Yes, students, you can make your own abbreviations also. And here is A quick guide on how to make your own abbreviations. You can use first few letters of a word to abbreviate it. For example, LIT dot for literature. The first three letters have been taken here. Or you can remove the vowels from a word to shorten it, like PRBLM for problem. The vowels O and E have been removed from this word and has been abbreviated in this way. You can always remove the dots, like here in this example, USA, the dots have been removed and the word has been abbreviated. So these are the different ways of truncating and abbreviating and shortening so that you can easily make the notes. The purpose of note making is to jot down the information in a quick manner and in a manner in which it can be retrieved later on and can be again given the same elaborated form as it had earlier. Now let's move on to summarizing. Summary is nothing but condensing the entire passage into a short paragraph. Summary is reducing the long text into short one, keeping its meaning intact, retaining the essence of it. The essence, the meaning, the gist of the passage should not change or should not be reduced. Only the length of the passage has to be reduced while summarizing. So you have to keep these things in mind. Students, the objective of note making and summarizing in your syllabus is to test your ability to understand any foreign text and be able to interpret it. You are expected to have this skill at this stage of your education. Now let's get to a few quick tips on how to write summary. Your notes basically become your summary. So drop all the abbreviations, all the truncations, and write the content in paragraph form instead of bulleted form that was present in the notes. Keep in mind that your summary should be the gist of the passage. Write full sentences and use conjunctions so that summary text looks connected and your sentences logically follow each other. This was all about the reading comprehension part. But now, a basic question: how do you develop such reading skills? Here I give you a few tips following which you can develop these skills. First of all, read books. The more you read, the more you will develop your reading skills. Extra reading is important, but even if you do not read extra books and read only your textbooks from cover to cover, you will stand in good stead. Another thing is to read newspaper. Reading helps you in developing your vocabulary too. Newspaper reading will help you in getting acquainted with the contemporary issues also. This will come handy when you attempt article, debate, or speech-based question. Furthermore, practice writing summary of any article that you read in your own words. In this way, you can hone your reading skills and you can easily attempt the reading comprehension part of your question paper. That's all for today. See you again with another video.